Hello, this is Caleb.
Hey, Caleb, it's Robert. Jesse gave me your number.
Hi, Robert. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Not much. Been a long day. How about you?
I just pop out of a Zoom real quick.
Okay. So I'm sure Jesse gave you some information.
All he
Um,
said was something about a 40 pack, and somebody needs to call me. So I said, okay, fine, sure.
okay. So, mind you, I've only seen one property. This lady, she told me that the rest of the other properties are in rough shape as well. Um, so she is in her 70s, and
Mm-hmm.
her husband has dementia, and
Mm-hmm.
he was managing the rentals.
Oh.
And she was not keeping a close eye on what he was doing,
Oh no. Yeah.
and basically everything went.
Yep.
And she is tired of paying property taxes
Yep.
on property that she can't afford to fix up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's rough for her.
Okay.
So I do have photos of the one property that I saw,
Sure.
which I can send over to you.
I'm not sure that's necessary yet. I'd like to learn a little bit more about the deal and figure out and what you're
Okay.
expecting of me. I mean, so how can I help? Be of assistance here?
Okay.
Is this a cash deal, creative deal, the whole portfolio, or are we breaking it up into pieces, fives and tens and ones and twos, or what?
Okay, so to be honest, this is my first deal,
Oh,
and it is like way over my head,
absolutely.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And I I just made a post on Facebook saying, what should I do? And he gave me your number, and he said that you're good at creative financing
Okay.
and that sort of stuff. Um, so I do believe that she owns like the vast majority of these properties outright because she's so old and she bought these a long time ago.
Yeah, I would imagine
Um,
so. A lot of those are probably cash. So, I mean,
yeah.
my honest conversation with a seller like that is going to be something about, are you wanting a cash price for dilapidated properties? And if so, do you understand, number one, that that's going to be at a discount, right? We're taking a lot of trash and junk off your hands, but it's one and done, right? That's option number one. A lot of people go that route. That's fine. But if you don't want the discount, to take a discount on the pricing, are you open to giving me terms? Because I can pay more if you give me time to do it, right? And that's the conversation that I'll have with her. That's the main two routes she can go. And then the third thing that I need to factor in is, if we're being honest, given your age, are you doing estate planning involved in this? Because if we go away from a cash deal to a creative finance deal of some sort, then I want to make sure I'm helping you plan for the goals that you need to achieve. So help me understand what it is you're trying to accomplish, who else is involved down the line, whether that's 1 year from now, 5 years from now, whatever that is, so that I can, and what you're trying to spend the money on now, right? If you would like a monthly stipend that you can expect for the next 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years, then we can engineer something like that. I just need to be um, on the same page with what it is you're trying to accomplish, so that I can structure a deal that's attractive.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, just this one property, she's paying like $600 a year in property taxes. I mean, multiply that by 40, and
Yeah,
she
is she not
doesn't
collecting
have
rent?
that much.
I mean,
No, no, like these are vacant. They,
oh,
yeah. I I mean, I went to this property and it was like vandalized, and she told me
yeah, and the
that
longer it sits
all the other
vacant, the worse it
properties,
gets, man.
yeah, she told me all the other properties are in similar condition
Oh
to
my
that. So
goodness. Yeah.
so I'm assuming it's
So
all 100% vacant.
she does need to transfer them relatively soon. She does not have to sell them
Yeah,
all in one transaction, but she does need to do something with all of them pretty soon if that's the case.
right.
Okay. Okay. Well, I understand the general situation. I guess the specifics are going to have to come from her. Is this
Right.
so? How would you like me to help you here? Do you want me to jump on the phone with the seller on three ways, or go to the seller directly and just record the calls for you, structure a deal? And it may be that we structure, let's buy one, and that'll be a cash deal real quick. Let's get you some cash, get one off the table, and see how things go. It's 30, 45 days process, and then we'll take 2 or 5 or 10 or however many more you want to do. I don't know. We got to figure out what's right for her.
Right. I mean, so I, I mean, yeah, like I said, this is my first deal, and 40 properties is way over my head. I mean, I'm
I,
24
I
years
can
old,
I can tell you now,
and
you're probably not looking at one transaction.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would just be fine with, doing some sort of like wholesale
Yeah, exactly.
situation, just like getting a finder's fee for
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I mean,
Now has
do you
she talked to an
operate in North
agent? Like,
Carolina?
I do closing calls nationwide. What I don't do is the selling of the properties. I'm on
Okay.
I'm on the acquisition side, so I do creative closings. And normally, what I do is hand something back to somebody when I have a contract and say, "Here you go, go sell it."
Okay.
So, but I know plenty of disposition people, and I'm in the sub two community. Are you familiar with that?
I, I'm sorry, what was that last part?
I'm in the sub two community. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, that's where you take over mortgages,
No, I'm the
right?
particular the mentorship specifically. But yes, we
Oh,
do.
okay.
Yeah, so it's a group by Pace Morby, and it's basically the best real estate mentorship on the planet. But no, so there's like 2,700 people in there right now, and there's plenty of people who focus on just dispo. So we've got the nationwide is pretty much covered for dispo, and I can pull somebody in, but they want 30 to 50% of a deal to do that.
Mhm.
You know, so
Okay. I mean, yeah, that would not be a problem. I mean, something's better than nothing, you know what I mean?
true. But if you want to learn how to dispo, now's a great time. You got 40 opportunities.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this seller, I kid you not, she is a realtor,
I was going to say,
and
has she talked to a realtor? Because that may actually be a really good option for her. Unfortunate for you or me, it may be a really good option for her to put the portfolio online. But she also still may not get that great of a deal, and the agent's going to take. Well, if she's the agent, then she gets to save money, I guess.
yeah, I mean, I don't think she has the time for all of that really,
Yeah.
because she's taking care of her husband
Right.
full time
Yep.
and dealing with all this other stuff. So I think she would really just want someone to come and just take everything off her hands,
Okay.
so she can take care of, you know, her husband full time. So
Okay.
that
Fair enough.
that's what yeah that's what my interpretation of the situation is. And I mean, they're old, so I mean, they got to be tired and worn out with everything, really. I
Yep.
mean, she was very upset when she saw the property. Like, she gave me permission to break into it because it was like all boarded up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We just picked up a duplex from an out of state owner in. This is in Oklahoma, and there's no way to facilitate access. So I'm trying to get permission to wedge our way in.
yeah.
creative entry.
so so I mean, like, how would we like set this up so that it's fair for everyone involved? That way, like, I get a cut and you get a cut, and
Yeah,
no
I could.
one's like
So I could
out,
probably
you know?
find a dispo person in the sub two community who would go for a third, and we could probably do a three-way split.
Okay, okay. So would we have like lawyers involved with that? Um, I,
Oh, you mean like the
I mean,
agreement? We can set up a basic JV agreement that reserves one third for you, one third for me, and one third for whoever. Party C is an unknown yet, but we're reserving 33% for that. And then that profit share is calculated after expenses. So if you want to track your mileage, that's fine. Whatever, driving to and from properties if they're local to you. But sometimes I have to Venmo somebody $25 to go take photos for me or something like that. Well, I'm just going to record that cost, and at the end, everybody gets recompensed for their expenses, and then we calculate profit.
Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Okay,
that's a
because
relatively basic, straightforward agreement.
okay, sounds good. Because one of my fears was like talking to someone about this and then just like not getting any compensation.
Yeah, we can do a
That
non-disclosure, non-compete, or whatever for these properties. That'll all kind of be wrapped up in the JV agreement. And
okay.
I so you don't know the sub two community, but any news of somebody doing dirty deeds, dirty business, whatever, is going to get somebody kicked out of the mentorship, and that ain't worth it for me. So probably even from an
Okay.
outsider. So you for inside sub two, you got some pretty darn good people. They're all vetted.
Oh,
I think out of 2,700 people, there's only a few that have been kicked out, and it's all real
okay,
quiet.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone wants to make money
Yeah,
and make a profit there and help everyone else out. And
yeah.
it's just, I mean, you gotta look after yourself. So,
So
okay.
where'd you meet Jesse? I was working with him on a
So,
couple of foreclosure deals.
I posted some photos of this property on the Real Estate Rookie Facebook group,
Oh yeah,
and he sent me a message on Facebook, and he was asking me some information about it, and he said that you're the guy that I should talk to.
yeah. What he sent me in Facebook Messenger was literally, what did he say? A guy from a real estate group needs some help with a seller with 40 properties. I want to do what's best for him, and connecting him with you is the best way to help him. So I mean, like,
Yeah,
Jesse's one of those like straightforward, real cool guys. So
yeah. He definitely seemed like it.
yeah,
He was telling me that I was going to crush it, all that stuff. Which I mean, I don't have very much confidence in myself yet because I
sure,
haven't done anything. So I mean, hearing that from him was definitely pretty awesome.
yeah. So how'd you find the seller?
So I was down in Fayetteville driving for dollars,
Nice.
writing down properties and sending out postcards and stuff, which I need to get a
You ended up
printer to start
you ended up
doing.
texting the same person 40 times.
Well, okay. So I saw this. I put it into my database of properties that I'm mailing, and she called me up, and I looked at the property on Street View, and I don't really remember driving past it because I remember the streets, but I don't remember the property because it's on a dead
Yeah.
end.
Okay.
And so I went down, I saw the property with her, and I mean, we talked on the phone for like half an hour. She was telling me all this stuff that she used to do back in the day, and she was renting it out for like $1,100, back in 2010 and all this stuff, etc. And she talks a lot. So I get, got a lot from her, but maybe not of substance.
Sure.
Um, but I mean, that's
Well,
how it came to be.
are you familiar with the four pillars?
No, I am not.
Okay, so the four pillars are motivation, price, condition, and timeline. Motivation
Okay.
can be substituted with pain. Typically, there's pain involved in a motivation, or, well, it's almost always there's a pain, right? Even if it's a good pain, like, um, I want to spend my money on this new thing that I want to get. The pain is I can't spend that money on what I want to buy yet until I get this house out of the way,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So the key thing, if you're trying to find deals, especially to like JV on, the key thing is motivation. Once you find that, and
Right.
that's what those initial points of contact. That's what you got to figure out, that motivation. The other parts can come pretty easily once you dig into that motivation, the condition, the timeline, and the price.
Okay, well, I'm sure that the motivation is she's not wanting to pay $30,000 a year in property tax
Yeah, especially
anymore.
with no tenants. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, then what's next step here? We need to get the JV agreement set up. We need to then call the seller.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, that would make sense to me. I mean,
Yeah.
the last time I talked to her was on Halloween, which is when I saw the
Oh,
property. I did send her a text because I talked to her about how much she was looking to sell this for, and she said that she doesn't know, which, I mean, she's a real estate agent, so I thought she'd have some sort of number
yeah.
in mind. And I, I hadn't like talked to her about it because it was just such a big deal. I didn't know what I was supposed to do next.
Sure.
And I kid you not, last night I was literally dreaming about this, and I was like, you know what? I just got to do something.
That's
And
right.
so I just posted it on the Facebook group, and that this all happened in the past hour. So
That's great, dude. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. There's people all over who can help, and I'm happy to be here and be of assistance. So,
Okay.
well, let's hope
Yeah.
that's still there. I mean, for our sake, for her sake, kind of. I hope she's been able to do something, but I don't know if she's too busy to really find somebody to do something. Then yeah, you're here to offer a service, and you're the person who can save the day for her.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still there because I doubt she's been able to move 40 properties in a month when it, it's all been like this for years, I'm assuming. So I'm sure, all the properties are still there and she's willing to move on them.
Okay.
So I can give her a call tomorrow. Or you can if you want, or I mean, I would prefer to have like some sort of an agreement set up first,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I'll
know?
get that. I'll kick that out tonight. I've got a template agreement that I send out, and all I got to do is modify the names and percentages and placeholders.
Okay.
So
So, so like what do you need from me on my end?
your email
You
and
know?
your first and last name, email and phone number, so we can get that JV agreement set up, probably.
Okay.
And I'm ready to take
Okay.
notes if you're ready to start slinging info.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna text it to you, but that's fine. Some name's stupid. My like, how do I like taxes for the income? Like, what do I do with that? Like, would
So
that be
it'll
a
be,
Schedule C?
yeah, it's miscellaneous income, so you'll pay your regular income taxes on it.
Okay, so that just be something I like write down and talk to my accountant about.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. When it
okay.
says, did you earn any money from whatever random places, you'll just write in what the number of whatever that was.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it's the
All
same
right.
thing for like people who do fix and flips. It's the same thing. Their fix and flip income is regular earned income. It's taxed as regular earned income. So they just deduct all their expenses, and then whatever's left over is profit, which is their income, and they get taxed regular rates on it.
Okay, all right.
Are you looking to buy any properties out of this pack?
Oh, so I am wanting to start, buying properties
Yeah,
and like doing the Burr method of real
sure.
estate.
Well, these
Um,
dilapidated properties are a great opportunity.
yeah, yeah, they are. Um, I- Except I mean, I, I need like the capital for that.
Yeah.
I've looked into hard money lending and stuff,
Eh,
and I, I I don't have the capital yet,
sure.
so that is kind of what is holding me back. So I'm hoping
Well, if
that
we
at the
stagger these, you
end,
might be able to get your capital so you can pick up one or two at the end.
yeah, yeah,
Who knows?
I would be totally, down for that.
Sure.
That way I can like, fix it up with my dad and stuff, or do something with it because
Hmm.
I work at a mortgage company, so like
Oh,
doing the refinance on
yeah.
my own investment property would be, pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you allowed to? Is that a breeze, or are you not allowed to do that?
So I'm actually a loan officer assistant. I just got my my mortgage license
Uh-huh.
earlier this year, but I'm
Yeah.
not out on my own yet because I've only been doing this for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm I'm on a team. So basically, what would happen is I would submit the application to my manager, and then it would be under his name as the loan officer because that's what he is. I'm his assistant. I mean, it's not like a conflict of interest or anything, you know. I mean, he did my mortgage for my primary home, and I mean, he does a lot of business for, you know, other loan officers and stuff. So, I mean, yeah,
Cool.
that's just
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that'd be any sort of an issue, you know. I think it'd be pretty cool to do
And
that.
and are these in an area you want to have renters?
So it's in Fayetteville, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you know near Fort Bragg, which is
Oh yeah.
I believe it's the largest military base in America,
Mm-hmm.
and the rents down there are quite strong,
Nice.
and I I mean, oh my gosh, I saw like this 2 bed, 1 bath, tiny thing going for like $1,000 a month.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
would
depending on the
definitely be,
location, there might be a decent Airbnb or two in that package as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, Fayetteville, it has its reputation, but I mean, I've been to their downtown area and it's pretty nice. I, uh, I think they're doing a lot to, you know, turn the area around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, part of it is, you know, being a military town, it's always going to have, you know,
Yeah.
people coming and going, and no one's really going to stick around all that much
Yep.
to improve the area. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but I mean, I'm okay with that as long as, you know, I'm getting, you know, cash flow and I'm getting money to dump into other properties. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get your feet wet somehow and you need to start somewhere. That's what I think at the moment.
No, that's true. You
Um,
you know it. That's right. That's
yeah,
like
I mean,
I mean, that's like I was telling my wife when we were getting ready to have our first kid. You can only get so ready until you just have to jump in and learn by experience. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know how many times I say the words fail forward in a week, but it's constant, right? I'm going to fail forward.
Yeah,
I'm going to take action, fail in one direction, learn a ton from it, and keep moving.
for sure, for sure. Like I've never wholesaled before. I've read books on it. I've listened
Sure.
to a ton of podcasts, and it just I need to do it to
That's right.
learn
That's right.
because you can't do everything listening to other people. You can't do it by reading. You have to actually do it.
Yep.
And I feel like this is, you know, what I need to do to
Yeah.
move forward.
Well,
And
whatever kind of
I,
deals we come up with, I've got contracts for that. So it could be seller finance, it could be a sub two mortgage takeover, it could be a hybrid of one of those, it could be a novation agreement, which is where we set up an agreement to rehab and then sell a property, so we don't have to buy it first and pay closing costs.
okay.
Um, so there's so many opportunities that really, once we get on the phone with the seller and figure out what it is she needs to do or wants to accomplish, that's when we start structuring the type of deal that we're going to go after.
hmm Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, that
I'll
makes sense to me.
I'll send you this agreement over after you have the agreement and you're happy with it and sign it. Then feel free to send me, the one property address and the pictures, and I'll look at it and I'll do a quick underwrite to see rent comps and stuff like that and see where we would be on, what's an appropriate wholesale price for a cash deal, and then we'll call the
Okay.
seller, tomorrow or whenever, and see if we can start the ball rolling.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. I do live way out in the boonies
Okay.
and I don't even have internet at my house yet because it's new construction. So
Oh
I'll
man.
probably have to yeah, yeah. I'm actually calling the internet company tomorrow to
Yeah.
get that set up.
You can sign the contract over
So
mobile though.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, and I will, send you those photos, and hopefully, we can, get some good shit done together. So,
Yep.
all right.
All right, man. Well, thanks for the call, and I'll start kicking this stuff off so we can get the ball rolling.
All right, thanks, Caleb. I'm really excited to see, what happens, and hopefully we can make some good stuff happen together.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. This sounds like a great start.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to getting that email from you.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Guys, that was so somebody I helped with a pre-foreclosure deal which didn't go through. Man, he's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of spirit. I love this guy. He cares about the sellers. So he's really trying to help people out there, knocking doors, finding pre-foreclosures, really trying to help people. And we spent several hours. He spent way more time than me. Not this Robert guy that I just talked to, but Jesse. And he spent who knows how many hours. Took a day off work, was helping an elderly lady with or an elderly man with a pre-foreclosure they didn't really even know was happening. Um, so he's got a huge heart. And then he found somebody on the Bigger Pockets rookie page who said, "Hey, I've got a 40 pack of properties. I don't know what to do with it." He connected with him real quick, and then he just pointed him straight to me and said, "Hey, the the best thing for this guy is for me to point him to you." And that was all he said. And so that was that phone call just now. So Jesse, if you end up watching this video, obviously if we do some deals out of here, I'm writing you in, right? Even if it comes out of just my profits or whatever, you're gonna be part of this, man. Let's do some deals. Let's get this 40 pack going. See how it goes, guys.